Hey, shalom, 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 everyone. Welcome to another episode of My Take with Rosh Ya'acob. I am Rosh Ya'acob ben Abraham, Rabbi of Gethsemane Spiritual Temple Congregation. And on this show, we deal with everyday situations and we have a Torah perspective on it. So we deal with different stuff that you guys may be talking about on your social media, things y'all might be saying. And I try to give a Torah perspective on it, give you a biblical Torah understanding or moral understanding from my point of view. Right. So that's what we do on this show. I thank each and every one of y'all for being here with me tonight. Tonight, we're going to deal with a very, very touchy issue, and this is war. Everybody hates war, you would think. Everybody doesn't want to have war, you would think. A lot of times when we hear about wars, the first thing we think about is the end of the world. The first thing everybody says, it's good. I'm telling you, is World War III. It's going to be the end of the world. And I'm like, I don't know, right? Because we got to remember what the Mashiach said, right? So let's look at what the Mashiach said. I want us to look at this before I get too deep into this. Right? So in order to get into what the Mashiach said about war, the Rebbe was very vocal about war. And I believe a lot of times we take his words the wrong way, right? But he was very vocal about war. If you go to the book of Matthew, right, or in English Matthew, right, in chapter 24, this is one of the most famous prophecies that the Rebbe gave, right? And in his prophecy, he basically was breaking down certain things that was going to happen. And these guys took from those certain things that he said was going to happen. And they said, oh, he must be talking about the end of the world. That's what he's talking about, right? They say he talked about the end of the world. Now, if you look at what he was saying, he actually was talking about three things, right? He was talking about three things, right? They came out the temple. Look at verse 1. Then Yahshua went out of the temple, from the temple, and his Talmudim came up to show him the buildings of the temple, right? And Yahshua said to him, do you not see all these things? Assuredly I say to you, not one stone shall be left upon another that shall not be thrown down. Now, they were showing him Herod's temple. If y'all heard one of the Torah vitamins, I kind of got real in depth about Herod and his temple, right? Herod's temple was basically built because Herod did some horrific things. And the sages told him, or this one sage or rabbi told him, if he wanted to atone for it, he should do it by building up the temple. So Herod knew what he did was so horrific because he actually killed the rabbis. He killed the sages. So he put all his effort and everything into building up the temple. And he made it one of the 7 wonders of the world. It was spectacular. Everybody loved it. And even to the point where the Talmudim, as they're walking with Yahshua, they're loving it, right? They're looking at it, they're loving it, right? Look what it says. It says, now, as he sat on the Mount of Olives. Who's sitting on the Mount of Olives? The Rebbe, right? The Rebbe sitting on the Mount of Olives. His Talmudim came to him privately, said, tell us, when shall these things be? Right? One question. What will be the sign of your coming? 2 questions. And of the end of the age or the end of the world? 3 questions. Ask them 3 questions. He's going to get them 3 answers. We always take this and just roll it all up into one. It's actually 3 questions, and he's giving them 3 answers to these 3 questions. Now, this is the part I want y'all to see, right? Look at what he says. Verse 6. And you will hear of wars and rumors of wars. See that you be not troubled, for all these things must come to pass, but the end is not yet. For nation will rise against nation and kingdom against kingdom, and there will be famines and pestilence and earthquakes in various places. All these are the beginnings of sorrows, right? So the whole thing is, don't get so hyped up every time it's a war. Every time it's a war, we get so hyped up. Oh my goodness, it's going to be the end of the world. Oh my goodness, let's start looking to see what it say in Revelation about this. Oh my goodness, this, that, the other, right? You know how many wars and rumors of wars and stuff has taken place since the Rebbe said this? It's been a lot of wars and rumors of wars and stuff that's taken place since he said this. But we focus in our time, we looking like this is it. This is the war right here. Now, if this war don't turn into what we just been running around saying it's going to turn into, but we saying it's what it mean, it's what it is, but it don't happen. You know, some can view that as a violation, right? Some can say, hey, it sounds like you're like a false prophet, because you said this and this was going to happen, but it ain't happened. You said that and that was going to take place, but it didn't take place. So now as this is going on, some people who already are weak in faith or don't believe flat out, when your so-called prophecy that you're pointing at the scripture saying, see, it said right here, see, it said right here. When that see it said right here don't come to pass, they say, man, I knew it was a bunch of malarkey. I knew it wasn't about nothing, right? Because they hear you saying all this stuff, they get hyped up with you for a minute because they say this might really be what they said, and then it don't happen. And then it don't happen. So that's why I try not to get caught up in saying what I think is, oh, this is going to be the end of the world. Oh, this happened. It's going to be the end now because that's happening. I try not to get caught up in those things. I just sit back and say, okay, we're going to see what's going to happen. And if this is the end, the Almighty know us. He's going to prepare a way for us to escape or flee or do whatever it is we got to do. We just got to watch and be ready. So I just want to say that to us. Watch and be ready. Don't be so quick to jump and say it's the end of the world. Let me find a scripture to prove to you. See it, Trump and the Antichrist and blah, blah, blah. They said the same thing about President Barack Obama. He the Antichrist, he this, then the other. He not the president no more. Now Trump the president. He is him, right? Then what happened when he ain't the president no more? Then it's going to be the next guy. So that's why I say don't get caught up in all this stuff. That's a lot of wickedness happening, and we can point out the stuff that's wicked that's happening. We can say, no, that shouldn't be happening. That's wicked. But he shouldn't be doing that. That's wrong. Right? They can point out those different things. All right, but that's the whole thing. And he tells us not to get caught up in it. So don't get caught up in it, right? He says you're going to hear of wars and rumors of wars. Don't every time you hear of a war and a rumor of war, you think it's the end. See that you are not troubled. Don't be troubled by that. I was like, oh my goodness, what we're going to do is going to be the end. Calm down. Relax. The Almighty got you. Calm down. Relax. The Almighty got you. That's what we need to realize. He tells, nation gonna rise up against nation. Kingdom against kingdom. This stuff that's going to happen. It's going to happen. This is what we're witnessing. Now, whether or not it's going to be a world war and this going to happen, that's going to happen, that's neither here nor there. Because at the World War I and World War II, guess what? We still here. We still here. Right? We're here until the Rebbe comes back. When the Mashiach returns, then it's over. All right, so this is Amy Goodman of Democracy Now! And she's going to give us the report from what's been happening this past week up until when you guys are going to be hearing about this on Monday. So by the time Monday comes, things might change. And we'll talk about that. But I just want to put this out here first so we can see this. Because things don't change. It might still be talking about the same thing. But let's check out what Amy has to say.
Welcome to Democracy Now!, democracynow.org, the War and Peace Report. I'm Amy Goodman. Israel's military's continuing attacks on Lebanon, threatening to derail a fragile 2-week ceasefire agreement ahead of high-stakes talks between the U.S. and Iran in Islamabad this weekend.
All right, so this weekend right now, they having peace talks. This weekend right now, they trying to figure something out. All this week, leading up to this weekend. Right? Because by the time you guys are saying this is on Monday, so the weekend's already happened, right? But all this stuff prior to that, leading up this week, Israel been bombing a mess out of Lebanon. Even though they're supposed to have a ceasefire. Even though it's supposed to be a truce for right now while they had peace talks. But they don't care about that. And it just makes me wonder why. This is my thing. Why you guys don't care about this? You say you want to be able to have some kind of peace, this, that, and the other. They try to talk and have some kind of peace. And you guys are bombing. Why? Why? I'm confused. I'm confused. But I'm going to let her keep going.
The death toll from Israel's massive strikes across Lebanon Wednesday has topped 300. More than 1,150 people have been injured.
1,150 people, approximately that many, has been injured. And 300 people has died just within this week. Just dropping bombs. It's blowing stuff up. While these guys are having peace talks. The other guys aren't respecting the truce. Now watch what they try to say about this truce. I'm going to let it keep going.
The Financial Times described Israel's attack as, quote, one of the deadliest single bombing campaigns in the history of a country racked by decades of war and destruction.
Look at how bad they said it was, though. One of the most deadliest bombers by a nation since decades of war. What the world? It's almost like they said, we're going to bomb them to hell. It's like, what's going on right now? What's happening? What's happening?
Unquote. Israel and the U.S. have claimed the Iran ceasefire deal does not include Lebanon.
Now, Israel and the United States say they don't include Lebanon. But everybody be like, how is it not include Lebanon? You will see that everybody else says it did include Lebanon. But Israel and the U.S. said it didn't include Lebanon. Which is crazy, because it's almost like, okay, we're in peace talks. These guys are blowing stuff up. And they say, hey, can you stop them from blowing stuff up? They say, oh, no. That don't include that. Let them do what they did. What? What are you talking about? Well, listen to this. Watch this.
But numerous other nations disagree. The U.S. is expected to host
numerous of other nations. Numerous. That means almost all the other nations don't agree. Them two say, oh, that's not part of the talks. Everybody else like, yes, it is. Come on, guy. You know it is. And the other people who don't want to be involved, they just like, we know it should be part of the deal, but we just going to sit here on the side and act like we don't see what's happening. This is crazy.
Host talks between Israel and Lebanon next week in Washington. Iranian officials have warned the United States not to allow Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu to derail the 2-week regional ceasefire by continuing attacks on Lebanon.
So they're warning the United States, hey, United States, come on now. You saying it wasn't, we saying it was. Show us some kind of favor. Work this out. Tell your boy to stop. Tell your boy to stop. Tell him stop. Say, hey, man, we in peace. We in trying to work this out through diplomacy. You can stop blowing people up now. You can stop now. Stop. Just tell them stop. Because they're going to mess it up. Because we can't keep sitting here watching our people and allies being blown up because we are having a truce and a sit-down talk with you. And while we having this talk with you, they over there say, yeah, keep them talking and in a truce so I can blow up anybody that can help them. And then when it's over, yeah. Like, what is happening right now? It's crazy to me. You know that they in a peace talk. You know what's going on. But you're doing what you want to do. That's it. You're doing what you want to do.
On Thursday, Iran's Foreign Minister Abbas Araghchi wrote on social media, quote, if the U.S. wishes to crater its economy by letting Netanyahu kill diplomacy, that would ultimately be its choice.
So, what are they threatening? They threatening to close up the Strait of Hormuz. I know I'm butchering it. But they're threatening to close it up. Which means the economy is going to really tumble. It's already tumbling. Gas is high as I don't know what. In some places, gas is high as $5 a gallon. Right? Gas is just steadily skyrocketing, getting higher and higher every day. So he's saying this is going to kill you guys' economy. You letting this guy that don't got nothing to do with y'all economy destroy your economy. What are you going to do? You going to sacrifice your economy? What you going to do? Right? That's what he's saying. What are you going to do? Are you going to stop this guy or not? They said because we think that would be dumb if you guys did that. But we're prepared for that. We ready for the long haul. It's up to you. Tell him, call him off. Tell him stop. Number one, should he be doing that in the first place? If y'all working as a team to get something done, work as a team. That's like Scotty and Jordan, Pippen and Jordan. If Jordan was doing one thing and Pippen was doing his own thing and they wasn't working together as a team, they wouldn't have had all those rings they got. It was when Pippen and Jordan and Kerr and all those guys and Rodman worked together as one unit. They got them all those rings. when Jordan was the man and was doing everything by himself in those first beginning years, they was losing. Yeah, Jordan was scoring a bunch of points, but they lost. Once he got that in sync with them, and they got in sync with him, and they start working together as a team, it changed everything. Everything. So I'm like, why you guys ain't working together? He see you over here trying to do diplomacy. He said, okay, I'm gonna chill out, let you do your diplomatic thing. And if your diplomatic stuff don't work, then I'm gonna go back to doing what I was doing. I'm gonna let you do you, big bro. But no, he said, bump big bro, I'm gonna keep doing what I wanna do. So he's saying, don't let this derail this. Don't let them, they gonna set, it's a warning. They gonna set you back. Now, if they continue to do that and they set you back, guess what? They don't care about you. All I want to say is that they don't really care about us. All I want to say is that they don't really care about us. That's it in a nutshell. They don't care at that point. If they know that this is ruining your economy and what's going on with you and making you look bad in front of the American people, and you say, hey, chill out, and they don't chill out and keep doing what they doing, they don't care about you or whatever it is you're talking about. They only care about their agenda and what they want to do. That's the only way I can see that. How else can I see that? How else can you see that? Look at this. What's this?
We think that would be dumb, but are prepared for it.
It would be very dumb.
Arakchi's language mirrors language used by Vice President J.D. Vance, warning Iran not to let the ceasefire fall apart over Lebanon.
So he says to them, no, you guys don't let the ceasefire fall apart because he's bombing over there. Wait a minute. Let's say that again. They said, hey, America, stop this guy from bombing, because if he keep bombing, that's going to derail the peace agreement. It's going to mess up you guys' economy. So stop him from bombing, right? And then he turns around and says, no, you guys, listen to me. You guys, don't let what they're doing to Lebanon derail this truth. Wait a minute, what?
What? Bro, what are you talking about, man?
Exactly. What are you talking about? Stop your people from doing what they doing. How you gonna tell people that suffering and dying, or watching their people suffer and die, don't get mad about your people suffering and dying, just keep working on this truce over here with us? That sounds stupid. Hey, what is happening right now? Oh my goodness, this is ridiculous to me. Seriously. This is totally ridiculous to me.
Vance is heading to Pakistan today for high-level talks with Iran and Islamabad. He'll join U.S. envoys Steve Witkoff and Trump's son-in-law Jared Kushner, who previously held negotiations with Iran that were derailed twice when the U.S. and Israel began bombing Iran.
Trump's son-in-law was working on some diplomatic things with him. And I remember that. They was working on the stuff, trying to make sure, hey, we don't want to go to war. Hey, guys, y'all just do this, y'all do that. Let's sit down and talk, right? He felt like, yeah, we're going to sit down and talk. And what happened? Somebody that will remain nameless, wink, wink, we know who it is, but I ain't going to say who it is. But somebody that will remain nameless decided, bump them peace talks. I'm going to drop a bomb. And not only am I going to do it, I'm going to do it on the Sabbath. Even though they know you're not supposed to do nothing like that on a Shabbat. But guess what? We doing it on the Shabbat anyway. So on the Shabbat, bombs falling. boom, 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 boom. Them people ain't even see it coming. They was like, wait a minute. We supposed to be in peace talks. We supposed to be working on diplomacy. So it seemed to them that y'all peace talks is a trick. That's what it was saying to me. If every time when you say peace talk and I go along with you, and then later on you blowing me up later, and I'm sitting there thinking, damn, I thought we was having a peace talk. That sound like a trick to me. that would sound like to me. I'd be like, wait a minute. Fool me once, shame on you. Fool me 2 times, shame on me? I don't know how they go. But fool me 3 times, I'm the fool. So the whole point is, don't let this be the second time of fooling. Because they might don't fall for the 3rd time. They might be like, nah, we ain't having no peace talks. We not doing none of that. Because every time we do that, your boy keep dropping stuff. Every time we do that. So we not going to do that no more. We not doing it no more.
House Republicans have rejected an effort by Democrats to force a vote on resolution to limit President Trump's ability to wage war in Iran. On Thursday, with most of Congress still on recess, Maryland Democratic Congressmember Glenn Ivey rose to speak during a pro forma session where he asked to pass an Iran war powers resolution by unanimous consent. But
we're going to get into this too, right? This idea about Democrats and Republicans. Because what you're going to see is that they both the same, they both wings on the same bird. And we argue over it. It's like, and I'm going to bring this back up. It's like when you see the people arguing over which Twix is better, the right Twix or the left Twix. I mean, is it Twix? Yeah, which Twix is better, the right Twix or the left Twix? And you got one team say, I'm team right, I'm team left. It's the same Twix. It's the same Twix, people. We get all caught up over, I'm Democrat, I'm Republican, I'm fighting, this one fight. Dude, it's the same battle. But again, we're going to get into that later. So, thank you guys for being here with me. I mean, y'all see how fired up this situation is. This is a very bad situation right now. Right? And I'm gonna let them get this out. This is ridiculous. Matter of fact, I'm gonna use this for when we come back for the next one. All right, so we gonna come back on this. This is gonna have part 2. That's gonna be dealing with Democrats and Republican and the thing that Nick Cannon said. So y'all gonna be ready for that. It's gonna be the one that Nick Cannon said something. We're gonna touch on that. So I just wanted to get this out real quick for over this weekend and get this to you guys on tonight or Monday, so you guys can check it out. And yeah, like I said, it is what it is. You know, it is what it is. And this is a hard thing. But remember what the Rebbe said. Look at verse 6. And you will hear wars and rumors of wars. See that you are not troubled, for all these things must come to pass, but the end is not yet. For nation will rise up against nation, and kingdom against kingdom, and there will be famines and pestilence and earthquakes in various places. All these are the beginnings of sorrows. All these are the beginnings of sorrows, right? So I want you guys to keep that in mind. Don't get caught up with all this stuff that's happening and keep saying, World War III, the end of the world, China about to get in and Russia going to get in and these people going to get in. Don't get caught up with that. Because if it don't happen the way that you think it's going to happen, and the way that you professing to others is going to happen, then that's going to help pull doubt in their minds. That's one of the reasons why the false prophets was taken out. Because false prophet come and give you all this false knowledge, this gonna happen, that's gonna happen, and when it don't happen, and they claiming that they represent the Almighty, they giving them a bad name. So we want to be leery of that. That's why if y'all ever notice when y'all come up and ask me about stuff, about prophecy, I'm like, we can study it. You know, we have a Bible study, but we go through the prophecies and we look at stuff that already took place to show you how the prophecy was pointing to this stuff that already took place, right? And the whole point of this is to get you to believe in the text. To believe in the text. Now, if I'm telling you a bunch of stuff and then it never happens and it always falls apart, is that going to make you believe in the text or disbelieve? So we want you to believe in the text. So that's why I say don't get caught up with it's the end of the world. What are we going to do? Don't get caught up with that. Don't get caught up with that. All right, and again, if I didn't let you guys know, I am representing the AOC. I got one of their shirts on as always. Got the AOC on, the Art of Clothing. These guys do a lot of good work and they got a lot of stuff. He got new clothing line out, new hats and stuff. We're going to be making a commercial for them soon to do all that. But with that being said and done, let's look at the commercial he already has so you can get an idea what it is. And if you want to get any of these things, I got everything in the description below. So again, everybody, thank you all for being here with me tonight. I appreciate all of y'all for logging in, taking time out of y'all busy schedules just to check me out. That's why I try not to make the show too long. In the past, I used to have 1.5 hour, 2 hour shows. And people would be vibing with me. And as y'all see, it's a lot of views on some of them shows. But, you know, it's a lot of views, but people don't stay for the whole thing sometimes because it's long. So I've been trying to cut back and make everything a little shorter for you guys because I want y'all to be able to watch the whole show. So again, I thank y'all for being here with me tonight. We will continue on with this story as we venture on and talk about the Democrats and the Republicans and the ones who freed the slaves versus the party of the KKK, which is what Nick Cannon was talking about. And other people came out to battle him on that. And I'm going to weigh in on it a little bit. So we're going to talk about that for our next breaking news. So again, thank you for joining me for this special edition of Breaking News, which is a special branch of My Take with Rosh Ya'acob. All right. I appreciate all y'all. Layla Tov and good night. Shalom.
Shema Yisrael Adonai Elohim